Anyway, we were talking. My name's Hero. This is Coding with Strangers, and I do not want to hear a damn thing about Black Friday. It's that special time of the year where, people get together and do the thing that they probably shouldn't do, which is go into debt trying to prove you love people that you say you love every day of the week, except the last 2 months of the year, you have to spend money to prove it. There is so much that goes into the psychology of what drives people to buy things. Just thinking about how my parents slaved and worked because they wanted to make sure we had the coolest gear, the best shoes, and all the games, and we didn't want to feel without. It's a psychological game that is played on people, and people go into massive amounts of debt to do it. And there needs to be a bigger focus on the addiction to consumerism in America, but no one can talk about that because capitalism has us literally by the balls of anything and everything you could imagine. So with everybody just going through our previous cycle where we literally were complaining about the price of eggs, milk, and how money is so tight in this inflation and this, what better thing to talk about than how you could save money during the most expensive time of the year. Make no jokes or qualm about it. As we head into December, we are going into the most expensive month of the year. And there's reasons behind it being so expensive. So today we want to talk about a few things. We want to talk about where and how to find the best deals, and how can we use technology to make sure we're getting the best deals possible. And I want to start off with an article out of The Verge, and it's about how to shop as like a pro on Black Friday. So just real quick, if you're watching this, tell me how you personally like to shop. Are you a internet shopper only? Do you like the brick and mortar? Me personally, I do like to be in the crowd and the masses. I do like to see people acting a complete ass of themselves. You can see the guys who are just sweating at their significant others, like just swiping. I enjoy seeing the couples who are just sightseeing. Me personally, I enjoy going to these places and treating it like a zoo. It's the greatest form of like just self-indulgence to watch people who are like happy for materialistic things that they're not going to really make use of. It's crazy when we talk about some of the stats, but I'm curious to know how you guys enjoy the Black Friday deals. So we'll get into a few articles here. Like, share, and subscribe if you've made it this far. Don't let a black man fail. Let's go. How to shop like a pro during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Despite Amazon and other retailers having filled the summer and fall months with more sales than ever before, Black Friday and Cyber Monday remain the biggest shopping days of the year. Thankfully, like in previous years, we'll be working to highlight the best prices in phones, TV, headphones, gaming gear, and other tech throughout the deal-packed week, whether you plan to shop in person or online. The thing that you got to understand about this is when they talk about all this inflation and stuff like this is artificially made. The companies, as this article has just told us, have made hand over fist money on top of themselves. This is probably the first time since after the pandemic their books have been completely black. It is crazy that this is the thing. So I'm going to cut to the chase and not let this whole leverage thing. But if you don't have Camel installed on your browser, on your phone, or using the app, you are immediately taken out of the thing. And I thought for myself that this would actually be an amazing project because it does do this a little bit, but you can see basically, and we could take a closer look at this. What it does is gives you the ability to look at third party users months, 3 months, 6 months, a month out, and you can see all time, specifically to the date and time of the most expensive price and where it was versus where it is now. You need to know that companies do not have any regulations on them that makes it so that they have to be upfront about their costs. They can literally change things on a whim. And we talked about a story 2 months ago where Amazon, Best Buy, and other big box stores are practicing on having digital signs so that they don't even have to send someone out there to physically change the sign. They can do it based on how many people enter the store. And why this is a problem, because say, for example, they have a profile on you. How do they have a profile on you? Well, you're on their property, so they've already captured your face. They already know exactly where you go in the store. So anytime your face and your face and the certain time of day that you're in the store and you're in the aisle, you're normally in the aisle, they can choose to drop or increase the price to make sure that they are getting the maximized dollar out of you. This is a form of marketing manipulation that needs to be regulated. This is how they want to use AI. There is no qualm about it. This is how they want to use AI in the near future. So we need to be vigilant, and it's crazy because our Lord and Savior Lena Khan is going to be uprooted. I think she has to be removed. She's going to be uprooted from her position where she has made this a major issue and topic for us. But if you don't have this one, there's another one called Keepa, which does sort of the same similar thing. The only one I think is a sellout is PayPal by Honey, because I've actually tested PayPal by Honey and found better deals even with their discount applied to it. The fact that it's integrated with PayPal is also very scummy, because if you know anything about PayPal, let's just say they don't pay with the hardest working people on the internet their dues because they do OnlyFans content. Grow up, losers. Pay the hardest working people on the internet they're just dudes, damn it. Yes, the MAC address is also very unique. Yeah, so like cells, if you log into their Wi-Fi, if you do, and if the moment you're within 100-mile radius of their store, you're fucked. The thing that we want to then move on to is, okay, so what does this all entail? Well, there's some examples here. I found a camel about the price drops. They tell you about the original thing. And it shows you where the price drop is and how it's done. And the reason why I'm showing you Amazon is going to be super important here in a little bit. And I love that they have an RSS feed so you can build an algorithm to do this for you. You can build something that will help you better align and find this out. It's a great project. I think, like, specifically for makeup, since we know that there are, como se dice, the 5 major things: stock, makeup, fashion, home appliance, and electronics. You could make an algorithm where you could basically make an algorithm, figure out what the lowest price is, things for those things, and sell it to people. Like, people will use the money they save to save it with you. But this took me to another great article that I found, which was back in early 2017. They started making amalgamation of the last 10 years of Black Friday deals and came up with a bunch of numbers. And these numbers are truly fascinating. I just want to look at it today. Right now, Black Friday drove $9.8 billion in U.S. sales, up 7.5%. So year over year. They are continuing to increase their products. So the whole thing about, recession this, recession that, we're having inflation here, we're having issues here, the stores are suffering, is bullshit. And the media does a horrendous job of truly being able to articulate and show how bad this is. Another thing that's sort of depressing about this is 2.6% of that money is made in the black community, which is 97% done. Well, no, not 97, 79% done by black women. So we got to figure out a way to stop. We got to get the money. They are taking the money out of our hands, which also is something that is super interesting. Credit card companies will allow you to open up new credit cards and waive all fees initially, and even lower your interest rate by a couple of percentage points, because it is almost 100% guaranteed that you're going to delay or default on any card you open up in the month of December to pay off a good. If you ever find yourself in a store trying to buy something and they're offering you a credit card and you open that credit card, you need help. Okay? Cyber Week global sales increased by 6% year over year, hitting 298 billion. So that was in 2023. So that means if you want to save money this year, and there's going to be another stat that reflects this, you just need to not shop you need to not shop online, because that's how they're making the most money this year, and they're making it hand over fist. You feel me? Hand over fist. Electronics are one of the leading categories that continue to grow. In electronics for the holiday season, 53%, 1.3 billion. Apparel stores, which was 16%, 386 million. This kind of goes hand in hand because what happens immediately after Christmas? New Year's. And what does everyone want to do? Get in shape. So appliances and accessories and things like that for working out and stuff like that, new beginnings, movings, things, all those things are meshed and melded together. Health and beauty products. We said this, makeup tutorial videos and makeup videos on YouTube is the second leading category for ad revenue behind stocks and investment. It is crazy that that's the thing. Food and drugs, this is another thing because health insurance policies renew on November. They actually renew November 5th, the second Monday of every November. So everyone who wanted to wait, like one thing that is notorious is we'll say we don't want to kill grandma before Thanksgiving. So we always tell them to push their surgeries till after Thanksgiving, and legitimately we do that because their insurance policies recycle and we can get the most bang for our buck. It's actually diabolical. Home appliances, like I said, people want to rebuild. Also, people was banging it out all summer. 9 months later, Similac, we got some babies and we need some new toys for them so they don't bother us, right? Department stores are seeing a drop off. They used to be at the top of this list, and that's not just the case anymore. $71 million is all they can really reckon. Nobody's driving to the store because regardless of the fact of the matter if there's a recession or not, the gas pump and everything, convenience is what we're paying for is at this point. Why go to the store when you can get it delivered to you? Cyber weeks are another thing. This is the thing I want to talk about here. A record-breaking 79% of cyber weekend e-commerce traffic comes from mobile phones in 2023, 76% in 2022. So it's up 3%. So basically, if you do not want to spend money this year, just put your damn phone down. Just put your damn phone down and you will save a lot of money. Thanksgiving was the biggest day of Cyber Weekend. Mobile traffic was with 66% all season coming from the mobile per Qit. The traffic, Adobe spends data and found Thanksgiving was the biggest day of season for mobile by 59% of online sales coming through smartphones. 57% of Cyber Weekend e-commerce traffic from the mobile phones in 2023 is up 53% in 2022. It's just amazing how their algorithms have already got us all figured out. Another great one is the discount rates rose 27% globally and 29% in the USA. On average, though, Cyber Weekend representing the best deals on holiday seasons. The verticals with the highest global discount rates were makeup, general apparel, skincare, and active apparel. Like I said, working out, makeup. It's the time, which is also a good thing because this either makes me think, one, guys are buying their significant others gifts, or two, there's more people doing skincare routines. Like I said, we have a rule here. If the same bar that washes your ass is the same bar that washes your face, you shouldn't be here. You need to go get some self-improvement. Log off right now. Shout out to my nephew though. He respects that rule. So every bar of soap he gets, he breaks it in half immediately. We got him I'm getting him a skincare routine packet. So hopefully we'll get him up to speed. But yeah, massive uptick. And the thing that's important about this is the 27% for the global and 29% discount. Discount rates go up. But the thing that they really don't mention here, which is the price, the natural value, the MSRP goes back to stationary. So the manufactured recommended price for things go back to normal. They go back to one. So that means the price goes back up, and the prices and the interest goes up as well. I mean, the discount goes up as well. So it's at a cost sum. And at some of these stores, if you go to some of these stores, they're so lazy that in the front they'll have the discount price and they'll show like the calculation and breakdown, but right directly behind it you'll see what it was 2 months ago, and that's cheaper than what it is now, which is diabolical. You got to be able to shop smarter. Got to be able to shop smarter. Use the technology to your advantage. And this is what we were talking about. Discounts are overrated, basically. According to data science experts, imaginative during Black Friday sales in 2020, prices of select household appliances and electronics were on average 3% higher compared to their minimum price in preceding months. So this is nothing new to us. But as I was sitting here doing all of this research, I pulled out my notepad and I had some questions for myself. And the question I asked myself is, why isn't there Black Friday deals for health insurance? Why isn't there Black Friday deals for medical procedures, dentist, home insurance, a plethora of things that we actually need but don't get? Let's dig deep, shall we? Healthcare needs a Black Friday sale. The case for legalizing discounts on medical service. I believe it's time to eliminate the legal ban on patient discount and empower healthcare providers and consumers to drive down costs with opportunities to advertise lower out-of-pocket costs. Providers could compete through pricing, not just through quality and reputation. Providers would also be able to optimize their capacity of offering seasonal discounts during slow periods and special pricing and new services. You notice they never have commercials for this because it's actually against the law. Insurance and lobbyists and hospital medical devices and all of those assortment medical things have lobbied our government and Congress back in 2012 to make it illegal for doctors to compete against each other. That means they cannot knowingly lower the prices of their services or goods without having a direct correlation or conversation with the insurance companies, who also own and dictate if the procedure can be even permitted or allowed. It is mind-boggling that a doctor who wants to give away his service cannot do that because it's against the law. And it's actually something that multiple doctors have lost their practice for. In fact, they had to literally start up their own nonprofit insurance company which would give away healthcare to people in need in America, not even talking about in other third world countries. Or get this, for some residents and fellows who come from out of the country, so say for example from Toronto or Brazil or any country that we acknowledge on the health and medical services dilemma, they can come here and perform surgeries as a fellow or resident and not be banned or penalized because they're not from the country. Is mind-boggling. Another thing that they don't give Black Friday deals on: electric bills and gas bills, especially in the places where it's extremely cold. We know that on average 200 people die every year because of the inability to find shelter during the winter times in the Midwest, East Coast, and northern states. No electric bill discounts, nothing of the sort. Couldn't find one story to subsidiate it. But back to the insurance one, hey, if you travel abroad, they'll give you 10% international health insurance. And another place that is a really good place to get insurance, or the best time to get insurance, is car insurance. The best time to switch your car insurance is during Black Friday because they actually have Black Friday deals for insurance companies. This makes sense as people, once again, are looking to buy new things, buy new cars, buy new policies, or add new things to their policies, so it incentivizes them to do this. And this is the direct correlation we need to see why this would be beneficial in the medical world. Insurance companies still make money hand over fist, but they don't get to just do it off of the strength. They have to provide something that would make them more applicable. So yeah, Black Friday cars for renewing insurance. I love that. I love that idea. But there was one more category that I wanted to see, two more actually, that I wanted to see discounts for. Most people join the school during the fall, but there's also a winter semester. I would love to see Black Friday deals for winter tuition. That's basically the fall version of summer school, where you go to school during the winter time to make up for courses and things like that. Love to see Black Friday that, or even maybe during the month of December, you can get a discount here or there for whatever money you donate to the college tuition fund. They'll take off of your student loans with the extra 15%. Something to incentivize the art of giving. And I said this earlier, and I'll continue to say again, there is a gap of empathy that is going on where people just don't give a fuck about nobody else other than themselves. And we got to bring that shit to an end. We got to squash that. And it's going to take stronger people than myself, or it's going to take me to get a lot stronger, so that we can start implementing and incentivizing people to be better people. You can't beat goodness into people. And, you know, they always talk about you can't make a horse drink at a river. You can bring the horse to the river, but you can't force it to drink. I don't agree with that. You can definitely drown that horse, and it'll drink. Now, you might not be able to use the horse after, but you can make it drink. Don't tell lies over here. You feel me? Don't tell lies over here. But the one thing I will commend, the one Black Friday deal that I found that actually made me say, you know what? These people are dickheads, but when a cop does something good, you gotta acknowledge it. Found this story out here in Wisconsin, north of Illinois. If you bring in 5 canned goods and non-perishable items, they will take off $25 off of any parking ticket you had. And as much as I hate to give them this is great. Incentivize goodness. Incentivize goodness. So a Black Friday deal that was offered to the community of Cottage Grove from the Cottage Grove Police Department. Bring in five items of non-perishable goods, or five items of recycled, barely worn clothing. Heavy emphasis on socks, sweaters, underwear, and bras. And the Wisconsin Cottage Grove Police Department will remove $25 per ticket for every item you bring in. So for me, I think that's a great one. This was something that I saw at my college, because I always used to park in teachers' parking lots, and I always used to get tickets. And I think they were like, "Oh, we're not going to give you your degree." And I was like, "You could keep that piece of shit. I don't care. I got the transcript. I don't need your degree." And I think like one of the secretaries, like, if you go and donate $25 to if you bring 5 canned goods, they'll expunge your record for you at the end of the year. And I was like, bullshit, I got like $600 worth of tickets. They're like, no, they'll literally drop it to zero. And they were like, oh, because technically, like, they're not a state authorized entity. They can only tow vehicles, and last thing you want to do is tow someone's vehicle, and it's a teachers or professors, so they just don't do it. They just write the tickets for showmanship, and they donate the money anyway. So every ticket you write they don't incentivize ticket writing because it's just donated anyway. So it was super interesting to see that, and I knew for a fact, like, okay, they did this on college, so I'm pretty sure there's a community, some town out there that does this. So, but that's my whole spill on the whole Black Friday thing. Let me know what you think. Like, don't feed into the hype. Buy something for your loved ones, but more importantly, just let them know you love them, and that's more than enough for me. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me know. See you guys on the other side.